Well, in a game where probably many media members and many fans of the NFL across the league probably counted the Saints down and out, they win this game in Seattle with Teddy Bridgewater at the helm. And not only does this win just keep you above water if you're a Saints fan, given the fact that Drew Brees is going to be out for at least the next 6 or so weeks, but I thought we saw a lot of good things from Teddy Bridgewater. The first thing that popped out to me, Sean Payton completely outcoached Pete Carroll in this game. We knew coming into this game, this is one of those situations where Peyton would probably really look forward to being able to the challenge of coaching without someone like Drew Brees. He's never won without Drew Brees in his career in New Orleans. Two of those games that he played without Brees, of course, were games where they had already locked up playoff seeds, and another one was back in 2015 whenever Brees was out with a rotator cuff injury, and they had to play Luke McCown. So not necessarily a great stat, but I know that this was a challenge that he was looking forward to. And look, I thought he set up Teddy Bridgewater in a lot of positive ways. Bridgewater finished the game 19 for 27, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. There wasn't anything overly impressive that he did, but I thought he set him up with great plays to be able to fit what he wants to be able to do with him. He got players in space. He ran a lot of different screens to Alvin Kamara. We'll get to him in just a second, but overall, Teddy didn't do anything to lose the game. And when it comes to your backup quarterback, that's a very positive sign. Now, of course, the Saints got some really, really big plays, both in the special teams game and defensively. Sean Payton said after the game, look, if you look at the statistics with the team, when you have a punt return for a touchdown and a scoop and score defensively for a touchdown, the numbers would show you the probability of a team winning that game, even on the road, absolutely skyrocket. Of course, the Saints had not only a Deontay Harris punt return for a touchdown, but also Von Bell scoops and scores. And I'm sure many of the NFL refs in that building were swallowing their whistle, given the way that the Saints have been on the bad end of calls over the last few weeks. And Von Bell comes up with a big touchdown at that moment. And those were very big sequences. Another one that couple that pop out to me, it was 20-7. Saints in the third quarter. Will Lutz misses a 53-yard field goal, but then it turns out former Saint Al Woods, who now plays for Seattle, was covering the center. That allowed New Orleans to extend the drive, and then later on in the drive, Bridgewater hit Michael Thomas on one of those classic slip screens to be able to score. That extended the lead to 27-7, and then even after Deontay Harris basically evens out and muffs that one punt after such a terrific start to the game, the Saints defense holds deep in their own territory and force a 4-and-out by Seattle to be able to keep the score the same. And being able to bow your neck in that particular moment was really unbelievable. The star of the game, though, in my opinion, Alvin Kamara. The guy had 16 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown rushing. Then he had 9 receptions, 92 yards receiving, and a touchdown receiving. So this guy continues to be one of the most elusive players in the National Football League, if not the most elusive. There are plays where I honestly will look away from the TV because I figure that he's in the middle of a pile and he's just down and the play's not continuing, and then all of a sudden you'll see him come around one of those ends and he's off to the races and he's gotten loose again. He's honestly, it's such a joy to be able to watch him because he's just such an unbelievably dynamic player. Now the Saints get to turn their attention to the Dallas Cowboys. They're coming here next Sunday night for Sunday Night Football. That will be another big test, but it almost feels like you're playing with a little bit more house money if you're the Saints. Sean Payton called this win after it was a total team win for the Saints, and it certainly was when you look at all 3 aspects of this game for the Saints. And when he was asked about the team rallying around Teddy Bridgewater as their new quarterback going into this game, rallying around the fact that they don't have Drew Brees and they're not going to have him for a significant period of time moving forward until he gets healthy, Sean Payton said that's why we're a team. That's why this is a team. And that's why they feel like they were able to go out and accomplish a goal today when their backs were against the wall and probably many people out there doubted them. But the Saints come up with a big win in Seattle.